New tonight, police call it bullying on steroids. We're talking about gang stalking, but it actually has nothing to do with the gangs that you first think of. Central Coast News reporter Candace Wynn learned more about the trend and how it's getting more dangerous because of the internet.
You want to dismiss the order to show cause?
Yeah, we're going out to do it.
All right. Mr. Hadley, the state is asking me to dismiss this order to show cause and contempt finding because you're making the payments as required. Any objection to that?
No objections to that. I do have some questions though, but I'll let you go ahead.
All right, well, Mr. Hadley's complying with the first conditions. The state's comfortable dismissing the order to show cause. Mr. Hadley is now in compliance with the underlying order, so I'll dismiss the order to show cause. Mr. Hadley, you had a question or two?
Yes. Okay. Ms. Boucher, is it true or false that you have agreement with the Rock County Sheriff's Department?
Well, you know what, Mr.
You don't want me to say that? Okay.
I'm not saying you can't bring an action against Rock County if you think that you're not being treated fairly.
I'm not, and I can prove it.
So you can bring an action, but we're not going to litigate it today. I don't have anything in front of me that could give you any relief. So if you want to sue Rock County, go ahead, because it's got to be a separate case for that.
Yes.
So I can't give you any relief. All I can do is make a determination about whether or not you've been paying child support and what should happen. You're paying child support, so I can't really do anything.
I had been paying it, but they've been making me lose my jobs. You see what I'm saying?
All right, well, like I said, if you think Rock County is treating you unfairly, you can certainly file a lawsuit against Rock County, but I can't do anything about that today, so.
Okay. Now, I got another question. In this court right here, this session, I'm gonna say that we're having, are you a judge, commissioner, or a magistrate?
I'm a judge
In this court,
in this court.
where my peers at?
What do you mean, where are your peers at?
It's supposed to be a trial by jury.
Like I said, in this particular moment, you don't have a right to a trial by jury on a contempt motion.
Okay. So when would I have that?
Well, you
I know.
can post fees in a civil case for a jury. In a criminal case, you're automatically entitled to a jury trial. This is not a criminal case. Technically, it's a civil case, but it's a family case.
But it
As far as
imposes,
I know,
it imposes criminal action. I can be put in federal prison over this.
you can be put in jail.
Imprisonment, period.
Hold on a second. You can be put in jail as contempt because you aren't following the court order. That's different than a criminal sentence. So you don't have, I don't believe in Wisconsin you have a right to a jury trial in a family case. I could be wrong on that. I know that if you had a right, you'd have to post jury fees for it. It's not an automatic right. Automatic right to a jury trial is in a criminal case.
Okay.
So I don't think you have one in a family case. So when you say peers, there's no jury to make the determination. Contempt issue is usually in front of a judge.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I just want to say, I know that this is a contract, this right here, right?
I don't know what you're looking at.
This is the application for her services for the state. And it, like I said, it states on here, and right on the front page, $25 fee due, and then they take out an annual fee every year. So if I don't want to associate myself with Walmart or Sam's Club, I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Hold on a second. This is different. As long as the state's involved with your child, the state has an interest in what's going on.
So, okay, so the state doesn't have an interest in my Fifth Amendment right to not self-incriminate, which what I was bade and forced to do because I got a letter in the mail saying that if I didn't come and give up my DNA, that I was gonna have a warrant on me anyway. So I came, so I didn't want a warrant on me because I don't do the jail thing. You know what I'm saying? I work, I mind my business, and I'm being intruded upon.
I don't think that's a Fifth Amendment. It's a civil case. guess, I can't really answer any more of your questions. Right now, we're good on child support, there's no contempt. Like I said, if you want to sue Rock County, if you think you've been wrong, you could certainly pursue that, but you need to file a separate action to do that. All right?
Okay, and I did, and she's been dodging me. I just came in here to the questions that I asked was to get the separations of, the basis is the separations, so I can pursue it, because she would not accept it. The child support kept on saying, oh, she don't have to accept this, and that, and the third. They're part of the executive branch. They're not part of the government. They get their rules from the government, but they're part of the executive branch.
I can't tell you how to commence the action, all I can tell you is you think Rock County has not treated you fairly, you can pursue that, but we're not making that determination today. All right, good luck.
All right, cool. I'm good.
Yeah.
This is my part of my testimony. You know what I'm talking about how I ended up entangled in these situations. My ex-aunt-in-law was a sheriff in Genesee County, Michigan, and they had got caught up in a sex ring scandal where they were bringing home inmates to procreate because they need bodies. Now, I am a former rapper, you know what I'm talking about, from the 90s, you know what I'm talking about? And that is the agenda for us to influence others into acts that are not appropriate. You know what I'm talking about? So I walked away from that deal. When they got caught, they thought I squealed. You know what I'm talking about? But they got caught on their own accord. These are grown adults. I was 17 at the year that this happened. You know what I'm talking about? And since then, I've been getting retaliated against and attacked for speaking out about these facts. You know what I'm talking about? The bad water situation, Genesee County, Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm talking about? You know, they followed me from Michigan to Wisconsin through people and entangled me again as I just attempted to live a normal life. Work a job. I'm not no felon. I don't smoke and I don't drink. All I do is work, think, and pray to our Lord. I became a pastor. I've been a pastor for the last 6 years now. And I feel like the movies that I just put together, it's 3 of them so far. It's not just about me and my situation, because there's many people who are facing these retaliations from these people and their creation. And they don't want to take accountability for the cruelty, the hurt that they put upon the people of this corporation. Some of these people get into these positions to put others into this position because that would give them a rise to the top. And they will go out of their way to keep it hush. Y'all ever heard these terms, snitches get stitches? Well, my oldest son was told that by his older brother. And these are facts. Because he was allowed to come into my life. When that started happening, this started happening. Oh, he's over here. He's over there. All the time when it's my time. So like I said, now they are all over 18. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? And because of the lawsuit that I brung towards them, they had a caseworker reach out to me and offer me sex, want me to be a part of their little group, want me to keep it hush so they can keep collecting federal funds. A lot of people have come to their demise due to these processes that they have going on. One of the people, two of the people that were helping me to understand the law and to be able to come forth with that lawsuit, one of them won their case. I'm talking about And they told him don't come back into that county. And this was in Walworth County that he won his case. He ended up not with us anymore. I put it to you like that because I'm attempting to explain this the best way that I can in such a short span. You talking about? And the movie will explain a lot more. The movies. You talking about? Since this is something that they want to continue to be ongoing. They do things like debilitate you to make you lose your license so that you lose your income, so that you lose your home in attempts for that you lose your children. When your children are no longer a part of that situation, when they become of age and they start doing things on their own, that's when they're, in my situation, attempting to get rid of the evidence. That's why they keep hurting my children, because I keep bringing this forth. Just May 11th, 2025, my son ended up in the hospital because of that saying, snitches get stitches. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later on.